We are now ready for the conclusion of our Chapter 9 video lecture. So you ready? Let's go. So now we're on page 466. I recorded some of the other sales invoices already to expedite the time. So now there are customer payments we're going to make beginning on page 466. So you can go to your customer leads tab, choose customers. We don't want to buy any McAfee software. Leave us alone, please. Thank you. So the first payment on page 466 is coming from the eBiz company. It's invoice 1040. So click on receive payment. The date will be 220. You can put in the check that they paid us with, the reference number 10321. Now, the amount paid, they're not paying both invoices. It's just invoice 1040. So the invoice, the payment amount would be $180. Again, just check the one invoice. So then click on Save and New. The next payment came from the law office. Get our date is going to be 220. And they're paying us by check. And that check number was 5730. And they are paying invoice 1041. So check that invoice in the amount of $300. So we'll click on Save and New. The next payment is coming from Permanente Medical Service. I like saying their name. Payment date is 220. They're also paying by check. Check number 1588. They're paying invoice 1042 for $286.47. So we'll click on Save and New. Then we have two more payments. The next payment is coming from the Springfield School District. They're also paying by check. Reference number 9213. They're paying invoice 1044 for $425. And we have one more payment coming in on page 466. This next payment is coming in from the Well Pro company. Did I click on Save and New? Okay, that's a little slow. All right. So the next payment again coming from the Well Pro company on 220. They also paid by check. Check number 802. They're paying invoice 1043 in the amount of $424.40. So that's our last customer payment. So I'll click on Save and Close. Okay. We're back to entering bills. Bills on page 467. So I'll go to my expenses, go to my bills tab. We're going to add a bill, create a bill. The bill date, or the vendor will be Computers to You. There they go. The date would be 2/25. And the bill number will be 492 CTU, make the capital C, TU. And this time we're going to order 4 computers at a total cost of $2,000. All right, there's another bill on page 468. So I'm going to click on Save and New. Our next bill is for anytime deployment, $225. Bill number ATD 645. And it's going to be 10 of the network products. Total amount should be $250. So I'll click on Save and Close. Okay. There's another sales invoice on page 469, which I've done already. Let's verify that. So I'll click on Plus New and go to my invoice. When the invoices come up, just to make sure I've done it, if you click right up top in front of the invoice, it'll show you the recent invoices. And you see that I'm looking for invoice number 10053 425 for Springfield. There it is. So I have already completed the invoice on page 469. So I'm going to skip on over to page 470. So I'm going to cancel out of here because I've already done that invoice. I'm going to go to page 470 and do my sales receipt. So I'll click on Plus New, click on Sales Receipt. This is going to be a cash sale. So the customer, I'm going to choose cash sales. The date is going to be 2/25. Sales receipt 10/54. Payment method, they paid by check. And again, a check is considered to be cash sales as well from the accounting perspective. And what they ordered was 1 computer at $1,000. Now, notice that we are buying computers for $500. We do not pay sales tax because we're not the end user. The end user pays the sales tax. So we buy them for $500, sell them for $1,000, and then we charge the client sales tax. So the total invoice amount will be $1,061. So I'll click on Save and Close. We're now going to receive a few sales receipts beginning on page 471. And I'm going to go ahead and skip over to page 472 to go and start recording the actual sales receipts. So these are actual payments coming in. They give us a 3 on page 471, and we're going to record the actual payments beginning on page 472. Okay, so we can go to our customers, and these are going to actually be credit card sales. So we didn't really have to go to our customers. We can just, again, these are actual payments coming in from these actual sales. So we're going to make the actual sales receipt. So go to Plus New. We'll go to our sales receipt. The customers will be the credit sales. The date is going to be 2/27. Receipt number is 1055. The payment method will be by credit card, American Express, The product sold was the data storage. Quantity was 5. And we sold 2 computers. Again, quantity was 2. The total sales receipt, including sales tax, $2,281.15. I'll do a save and new. We're now on page 473. And again, we're doing these credit sales for credit card sales. 227, receipt number 1056. The payment method is going to be by credit card, this time the MasterCard. Product would be the network products. Quantity is going to be 3, not 2. Quantity should be 3. There we go. Total invoice amount, including sales tax, $159.15. Save and new. To enter our next transaction on page 474. You can now choose credit sales. Date 2/27. This client paid with a Visa credit card. The products and services. First up, you have the data storage. Quantity is going to be 5. Next, you have the network products. Quantity is going to be 2. Followed by the webinars. And that quantity is going to be 2 as well. Total invoice amount, including taxes, for $156.23. Now I'll click on save and close. Okay. Now it's time for us to pay some bills. On page 475, let's go to our expense tabs. We go to expenses, new transaction. I'm going to choose check. So the first check will be to anytime deployment. And the date is going to be 2/27. We're paying bill ATD 592. That's you. Let's add that bill for $250. Check number is 1098. All right. So we'll do a save and new. The next bill we're going to pay is computers to you. The date is going to be 2/27. We're going to pay bill 422 C2U. That's here for the $1,500. Make sure that's been checked. Yep, it has. And that's our last bill we're going to pay right now. So I want to click on save and close. Okay, so we got a few more transactions that we're going to do. Actually, we only have one more transaction to do. I should have did that one now, but YouTube only gives me 15 minutes to do a video in order for me to post it through YouTube. So that's okay. We'll come back with this one last video. One last video lecture. We'll run some reports and conclude our Chapter 9 video lectures. Stay tuned.